One is already stranded there. That doesn't look good.
Yay!
Oh! Boom.
That's a hole in the boat.
Made it.
We made it.
And we have arrived finally in Dondet. This is our room. It's very cheap, 11 euros for one night. And we're really looking forward to tomorrow to see everything by daylight, but already the small boat trip was kind of nice, the last remaining piece of the sunset. So that was like 10 hours in total. We had a tuk-tuk driver, 2 buses, a boat, and someone tried to scam us at the border. But we are here. Now we're going of course for some food and chill for the rest of the evening. So let's see what we're gonna do tomorrow.
From here to here, I take the tuk-tuk.
Tuk-tuk, yeah?
And from here to here, I take kayaking to the border.
Yeah?
After border, I break. I take tuk-tuk again, come back to big waterfall, South each the name.
Yeah?
8:30 at 4:30.
To 4:30.
So we are now at Dondet, one of the 4,000 islands around here. Dondet is more suitable for backpackers, and for middle age you have Don Khon. It's a little bit more to the south. We don't have time to explore all the 4,000 islands, so today we're going to do some kayaking to explore the Mekong River. And you may have remembered the Mekong River is also in Vietnam, where we were previously. So the Mekong River is flowing all the way from Laos into Cambodia to Vietnam, so that's why it's the same name. Morning.
You need to start with the very simple paddling technique. So this is double kayaks, right? So the one on the back is supposed to be the engine or the captain of the boat, right?
One is already stranded there. That doesn't look good.
Have to go to the island there. Yay!
Oh! Boom.
That's a hole in the boat.
Bye bye.
See you later.
So that was it. A nice kayaking tour today. See some nice waterfalls. We just took a shower, which was very refreshing. I think the last kayaking part was a bit too much because we were already kind of exhausted. So yeah, but besides that, everything was well organized. Yeah, having fun on this small little island. So we just checked out on our first 2 nights we were at, and now we're going to another place for the last night. Then lunch, then make sure we're getting out of here as well by a bus and a boat and a bus. And then we're going to do some cycling. And it's hot again.
Tomorrow you be there, yeah?
Yeah. Bicycle for 15,000 kip. Our beautiful bicycles. Bye bye. So Don Khon is more like a resort island. There are more resorts on this island for well, middle-aged people, I would say. Not for backpackers, honestly. But you can cycle around pretty good. Very old train here. Ooh, a swimming pool. This is the only way to get there. He's like fishing there. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but you see a lot of lines here. Probably fishing nets as well. Wonder how many people get killed here every day. Continuing our journey to the beach or swimming area. Very welcoming having a swim in the Mekong River. There's no one here, it's a private beach. So we are now back actually, and we're now looking at this chart. But a lot of things have just disappeared. There should be a swimming pool, which we were, but that was gone. There should be a bar beach where we just were at the beach, this is gone. The zip lines were not open, seem to be, so seems like a lot of things have affected by Corona. As to cycling here, we do see like a lot of developments of buildings being started, but they just weren't finished. And also the whole island is, oh, chicken crossing the road. Also the whole island is quite silent, you know, it's like not a lot of people here. I think they're still waiting for a lot of tourists to come back. This still drives, it's a miracle, I think. So this is our new room, and look what a view we have. That's gonna be maybe great sunset if we're here. I think we're gonna sit somewhere and eat while there's sunset. So after the cycling, have some drinks, some chibis, a very nice sunset. Yeah, we're gonna enjoy this sunset. Just chilling out. Our last day also at this island, so Been there, done that. So that was done that. We're about to leave, going to the boat and heading to Pakse. Done that was a nice island. You can definitely stay 2 days, but not more than that. Otherwise you're getting bored. You can do the kayaking, the cycling, but thereafter it's kind of done here on the island. Unless you're getting stuck here and you really like to do nothing, but that's nothing for me. With the minivan we drove to Pakse, a small town where some are just traveling through or stop to do the Pakse loop. On our way to do the laundry. It's the first time actually we're doing the laundry not by ourselves. Hello! What we also have been deciding to do is that we're going to do the Pakse loop instead of the Khon loop. And the reason because is that the night bus, there's only like one night bus going to Khon, but then you arrive at like 4 AM in the morning, if it's late, or if you get lucky 2 AM in the morning. So that's not very ideal, because there's like one night bus going from Pakse to Vieng, the main city, and then it just stops like halfway. So we decided to not go through that hustle, we just stay here in Pakse and do the Pakse loop here. Sunny laundry Pakse. Let's see how this is going to work out.
Oh, you're welcome.
We have laundry.
Yes, a lot of it.
Yeah, 2, 3. Tomorrow evening we
Tomorrow?
can do. Yeah. In
Yeah?
the morning, not on time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so laundry is done, kinda. Hope we're getting it back in one piece. Now we're going to look for a motorbike. First we're going to check like a store we found online. Hi.
Yeah.
On
That's
a
a
waving
big one.
village, 20 kilometers from here, so it's not far from it, it's nice. Semi-automatic, for me the best one. The cheapest one, not the best one.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Okay.
But what kind of bike did you drive before?
Yeah,
Big.
we drive bigger motorcycles in the Netherlands.
So you take semi-automatic. Automatic is a shitty bike.
Yeah.
I have 40 bikes, I have only 8 automatic. I
Yeah.
don't like automatic. I have because some customers tell me, I want automatic. What can I do?
okay.
Oh, yeah.
So today we have a fully packed day pack because we're going to do the Pakse loop and we're not going to bring our big bags. So this one is quite full for just 2 or 3 days or something. We decided to save some money this time and just rent a small scooter instead of a big bike. Nice thing about this rental company is that you can just grab the bike and when you get back you pay how many days you have rented it. And they also take care of for you to take a bus to Vieng, which you need here after. So. On day 1 we drove from Pakse to Mr. Vieng Coffee Plantation as our first stop, where we learned a lot about how the coffee is locally made and how the different types of coffee trees grow. Look at this coffee we got here. No, it's hot chocolate because we don't like coffee. And we are the coffee plant, so that works pretty well. We're just gonna check it out.
4 kind of coffee, different Arabica, Robusta, Liberica, Excelsa. Different plants, different taste, different seasons, different price. You dry here, do this. After 10 days ready, then you have to take the skin. Cause coffee, 3 skin coffee. If you have machine, you use machine. If you don't have machine, just do like this. This one, the second skin, you have to do by hand with basket. This is coffee. Coffee like this, yeah. So it's green. So Robusta, this one. And the leaf like this, yeah, bigger. So this is Liberica. Yeah. Sometimes bigness than this one. But this one possible to eat. Look,
What does it taste like?
Lemon.
Lemon.
Yeah, try. Taste like lemon.
Thereafter we continued to Dat Laos, where we went to a recommended homestay, but unfortunately there was no one else there. You can visit 2 waterfalls here, one we went to right after but had a lot of rocks, so swimming was not really an option. The second one is a bit further away, we had to be quick before sunset. We have a little bit of an evening drive, because we wanted to see another waterfall. There are a lot of flies flying in our faces, but I just want to share the sky. I mean, look at this. Look how orange. It's really beautiful. On day 2 it was also recommended to stop at the coffee plantation of Captain Hook. Although we already went to one, it was nice that this guy could tell us more about the local people and the plants or herbs he was growing that they still use in a traditional way.
Even of me before when I was young, I don't want to learn about herb because I think kind of boring to me. So just I would like to use this by the Western medicine. So because Western medicine help faster. For example, you get a headache. If you go to the shaman take the root, the process, you boiling, drink slowly, long. If you go to pharmacy, buy paracetamol, 20 minutes stop. So that is just make young generation, they would love the Western medicine, but old generation they still use. And this one is Chlormolena. Chlormolena, this one if you have wound, you cut it by accident, you chewing. After chewing, you put it for stop bleeding. This one is alcohol tree. Yeah.
And what does it do?
For stop hangover.
Stop hangover. Can I get a bag of it?
You pay for marriage. So in my village, when you pay, it's not at the same time. You can pay half, or you debt the half. And then you pay every year like credit bank. I still owe the family of my wife. Like 1 water buffalo, 2 cows.
The rest of the day we drove to Pakbeng, where we sleep at this cute location. Today we start our last day of the trip. We are going to 3 waterfalls and see how beautiful they are, and thereafter returning to Pakse. And one of the guys that lives here, which works here as well, he has a really nice bike, and I made kind of a joke, can I try it? And he was like, yeah, sure. Not sure if he understood it, because they mostly say yes to everything. So we'll see if he keeps to that promise. doing the Pakse loop was nice. I mean, driving the bike itself and the roads were not that interesting, but the scenery was nice. The waterfalls were especially nice, and the ziplining was amazing. So yeah, I definitely recommend to do either the Pakse loop or the Tak Hek loop, which is further to the north. It's funny how they didn't even finish constructing this one. But I'm finishing this one and I'm gonna build new videos. So if you like them, subscribe please, like down below, and see you in the next video.